Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up?
Well, of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat?
Yes, it's 85 degrees.
85?
85.
Do you have any idea how much even a few degrees can impact the gas bill?
Of course I do. It's unthinkable.
Dad, Kurt, what's going on in here? Why is it so hot?
Someone fiddled with the thermostat.
What? Who would do that?
Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to meet you both.
Hey.
Congratulations on the movie. Obviously, Will and Mark have kind of a shorthand with each other. They know each other quite well. They've made a few movies together at this stage. How did you guys settle into the set?
You know,
was it an unusual set? Did you have to find a dynamic?
You know, there was a comedy relationship between Mel and me, between us and them, immediately. I mean, a lot of it had to do with the fact that we were like, objectively, we were perfectly cast. And we sort of knew it. We knew what was funny about what we were doing.
Yeah, we were willing components in an already moving machine. So, and we were welcomed in. It was his pretty easy entry.
Was there a lot of improvisation? Do you have to
Tons,
jump
yeah.
in?
Good deal.
Particularly from Will and Mark. Those guys are just like,
They're nuts.
if you give them like any, they'll just off on a riff.
And they sort of know that they don't even have to be funny. Once they start improvising, eventually they'll say something funny, and by God, it gets into the movie. A wonderful line like, he always wears a red sweater so I can spot him in the crowd. Completely improvised. I hadn't even heard that line till I saw the movie.
Yeah, right.
And the movie's played extremely well with audiences too.
Yeah.
It's done really well in the US over opening weekend. I think it was something like $30 million. That must be the bar. That must be we want to see how well this movie plays to audiences. We want to see those audiences laugh. Have you had a chance to see it with an audience?
Yeah,
I did, yeah.
We had a premiere about a week ago in LA with a big roaring crowd.
Yeah, they dug it. Yeah. Which is nice. You know, hey, when the jokes are working.
Yep. And the big jokes get the biggest laughs. It was very satisfying.
You both have incredible bodies of work. I was just looking at IMDb earlier.
I thought you were going to say we both had incredible bodies.
Yeah, right.
Maybe one pack.
That too. But I was looking at IMDb earlier on, and like John, your work goes back to like 1972. You just kind of keep scrolling. Mel obviously does amazing noble works in your work of body as well. Are there any that stand out for you? Are there any in particular that fans approach you about that stick out for them?
It tends to be what you just did that made an impression. These days,
Short
it's all
attention
about
span.
Winston Churchill. But that changes. It'll be Daddy's Home 2 starting next week.
Yeah, right.
But there's been a variety in my case. And odd things. I mean, the Trinity Killer in Dexter.
That's great, that, though.
Or Roberta Muldoon in World According to Garp. I mean, chances are, whatever you liked, that's what people recognize me for.
Yeah.
Mel?
Yeah, same thing. I was like, I got a couple of different strings to the bow, so people generally bring up films that I directed, like Apocalypto or something. They got a charge out of that, which is kind of, I really dig that when they dig, you know, your overall vision. So, you know, if I'm connecting with people on that level, I know I'm in the right gig.
In Ireland, though, it must be Braveheart, because obviously you shot.
Yeah, they dug it here. Yeah.
But for both of us, you know, we came off things that are so different from Daddy's Home to Hacksaw Ridge. Yeah. This kind of grimly serious drama.
Yeah, right.
In my case, The Crown, it was just like, you know, us actors, we just love to do something as different as possible from the last thing we did.
It's paid vacation.
Yeah, it was great.
Kevin Bacon, John, has said when Kenny Loggins comes on, Footloose comes on when he's at weddings, that people kind of centre around him and expect him to dance, which is really cruel. I mean, come on. Well, you know, that doesn't happen to you at weddings, so people don't expect you didn't dance in the movie.
Well, fortunately, I was
kind of scary in the movie.
I was the one who wouldn't let anyone dance, so nobody asks me to dance. I kind of sulk.
But like, what's the reaction been to that movie? Do you still get people coming up to you talking about Footloose?
Sometimes.
It's still a classic.
There was a beautiful moment when I met a young actor on Third Rock from the Sun. He was just a day player, and he took me aside and told me very earnestly, he said when he was a kid growing up in a small town in Louisiana, his father was the Baptist minister who wouldn't let kids dance or listen to rock and roll. And he saw Footloose, and he said, "You were my daddy." And he took his dad the next night without telling him what the movie was about. And he said, "Because of your performance, I was the first one of 6 children that got to go to his senior prom," with tears rolling down his cheeks. It's like the best evidence I've ever had that you just never know what you're throwing out there. Footloose of all
Yeah,
things.
it's crazy.
Mel, is it surreal for you to see guys like, your work's kind of been reimagined a little bit now? There's a Lethal Weapon TV series, there's a new
Yeah.
Martin Riggs, and then there's a Mad Max, Tom Hardy
Sure.
playing the new Mad Max. Is that strange for you to see actors
No,
playing
I mean,
roles?
it's just, things have to move on. I mean, ask Sean Connery about Roger Moore, or Roger Moore about, Timothy Dalton or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
it's all these different, these things, these franchises just get taken on. They have new lives because, hey, I'm not a youngster anymore. So, surprise, but I get to do cooler things.
Gentlemen, congratulations again on the movies. A pleasure to meet you both.
Cheers.
Great to talk to you.